Hey guys, welcome back to our Texas Homestead. Today, I'm gonna make some chicken broth and some bone broth. So, I've just been storing stuff up in my freezer, so I was ready to make some. And we made some soup the other day. I finished all the chicken broth, so I figured I'd make them both, get enough to get us through a few months. So, I got some chicken. It's like some old rotisserie chickens, and looks like there's actually chicken in here too. Chunks of chicken. I got another bag, but I think I'm gonna have to save that one. Or actually, maybe today I'll just do all chicken stock, and then in a few days I'll do the beef stock. I think I'll do that. So I got a crock pot here, and then I got my Instapot that has a crock pot setting, so we're going to use both of these. Then I just have some old veggie scraps. It's got like some celery. Well, it might be some celery in there. Yeah. And then it's got some carrots, like the parts I peeled off of it. So we're just going to add a little bit of that in there. And then we got some onion scraps, like the peelings of the onion. Wyatt, get down. So, and then we're just gonna top it off with water. Obviously, that's what makes the broth. I'll have to get some more water for that one. And then you just put the lid on it, and it's gonna cook all night long. And then I'll come back in the morning and I'll drain off all the broth and leave the bones and the veggies in there. And I'll do it again, let it cook most of the day. And then I'll probably do it a third time. And then after that, I'll get it ready to can. So I'll probably just bring you back the last time I drain it off, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you tomorrow night or the next morning.
Okay, here's what she's doing is straining the juice away from the big vegetables. So just straining over to a pot using a strainer. That's all.
Okay, so I did like 3 crock pots full of the chicken stock, and I'll show you like the color difference between them in a minute. But I'm getting these canned up, and then they're gonna go back in the refrigerator, and then I'll have one of the kids or Mike take them out when I'm on my way home, and then they'll come up to room temperature, and then we can can them tomorrow. So Mike's gonna show you how to skim off the fat.
Bring it in. Pretty simple. It's basically take a slotted spoon, and you're going to get a little gelatin with it. Not much. You just take the big white layer of fat off of it. The reason it's gelatin, it's because it's cold.
Oh, that one's really,
It's really thick.
yeah, this one didn't do that.
Yeah, this one's not as thick as that one. This one may have been in the
Oh, it's in the back of the
It's in
refrigerator.
the very back of the refrigerator. I was going to say, 'cause it's really cold back there.
Yep. If you wanted like a cleaner product, you could run it through cheesecloth. So then you get like all the fat off and all the little pieces of sediment and everything. Like if you wanted to drink it plain, you definitely want to do that. But since we just use it in cooking and stuff, I don't worry that much about it. And so the little bit of fat that's left in there, like this one,
Like that one, it's just more flavor.
yep. So it's got just little bitty chunks. I got all the big chunks of fat out of it. So
Kind of like a nice chicken steak. And usually it's thin like this unless you get it too cold.
yeah, I didn't think about it. That one was in the very back of the refrigerator, and everything always freezes back there. Our stove is too hot and our refrigerator's too cold.
Yeah, well, I keep the refrigerators a little colder than I should just to make sure everything stays good and cold.
And I like to use the regular mouth ones, just so then I can save my wide mouth jars for anything that actually has solids in it, so it's easier to get out. And you're gonna go to 1-inch headspace, so right at the bottom of the jar, right at the bottom of the neck.
And there's no need to debubble them or anything because it's all liquid.
Yep. That one might have to sit out for a little bit and,
Sure you don't want some Jello shots?
no.
Come on.
Let me go get the other one out of the fridge so you can see the difference in the color.
Add a little vodka to this. We got some chicken Jello shots. I don't recommend, by the way. I really don't. But I think she was at HEB this last week, which is a Texas grocery store, and she couldn't find chicken stock for anything. She's probably already told you this, but we were able to find it at a couple other stores, but the amount of chicken stock they had in the store wasn't the amount they normally have in the store. So,
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
At HEB.
Yep. Tell them about your HEB deal.
Yeah, that was
Well,
weird.
there was none. So this is
So this is like the third run through.
of
You
the
see the color compared to the second. And, oh no, this is the first. This is the second. So the first and second's pretty close. The third got lighter.
a little watered down,
Yep.
but nothing wrong with that.
I would have done it one more time, but I needed my Instapot for dinner, so.
Yep. You should be fine spitting it in. It's going to be just like, it's not going to change your level. Which batch was it? Was this the first batch also?
Yeah.
I'm sick, but it's super dark. Probably because of gelatin.
Yeah.
But even with the lighter ones, it's still good stock. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as rich, I guess you could say. So she's washing more jars. We're going to put lids on these, put them back out in the fridge, and get them ready to can up tomorrow. We've got a towel.
You want to do it?
Saying I can do that, or you can do lid, or I can do lids, whatever you want.
Make sure you use, I like to make sure I use new lids. Well, you're supposed to use new lids for anything you're canning, but if it's something we're going to go through fast, maybe I won't necessarily use a brand new lid, or definitely for vegetables and stuff. But meat kind of products, you definitely want to use a new lid. then you just put the rings on finger tight. So I'll finish getting this canned up, put them in the fridge, and we'll bring you back tomorrow when we throw them in the canner.
Yep. We will see you then.
Hey, so it's the next day. I had my son get all the chicken stock out of the fridge and put it on the counter so it came up to room temperature. So I started out with room temperature jars, water, and canners, all room temperature. So I just turned it on. Well, I got them all in there, locked down. I just turned it on. So now we gotta wait for it to start venting. And then it'll vent for 10 minutes. I did quart jars. I forgot how long they gotta go. So pints are 20 minutes, quarts are 25 minutes. So I probably won't bring y'all back until I have them done because it's about to get dark out here. Y'all won't be able to see anything. So I'll bring you back in a little bit. So there's our chicken stock all done. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but when you take it out, it's like moving all around in there. Kind of looks like there's something in there, but
Hold it up to this part of the camera and set it over here.
oh yeah, that might be helpful. There. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see like the liquid just moving around. And you can see the different colors, so that's like the third, that's the first, that's
Yeah.
probably the second.
So that's definitely a third.
Yep. So I processed them for 25 minutes and then turned it off, let the pressure come all the way down to 0, let it sit for another 10 minutes, and then I just took them off. That one's really got stuff bubbling. But if you don't have a pressure canner, you can just make the chicken stock and then freeze it. And it's good for 6 to 9 months in the freezer. Or I think it said a week in the refrigerator. So pretty much free chicken stock because the bones, we already ate the chicken and then just used the bones, and then it was scrap vegetables. So easy way to save some money.
Yep, quite a bit.
Yep. Hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.